Okay, y'all, now I'm going to show you how to find the distance when you're given a graph. Now, this is a little bit different because we're not given the actual points. So and I didn't have any graph paper here at home, so I had to draw it, so I know it's not the greatest. But as you can see, I can't be like, oh, well, there's 1, and there's 2, and there's 3. No, it's a diagonal, and I know you can't see it that great because it's not an actual graph, but when we find the distance between 2 points, if it is not a horizontal or a vertical line, we have to use the distance formula or Pythagorean theorem. If you wanted to go in and hand draw a right triangle like that and count 1, 2, 3, that's 4, and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you wanted to do that and do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, 5 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared, that's your hypotenuse. You can do that. You will get the same answer as the distance formula. Now, the thing is, Pythagorean theorem's an 8th grade standard. But just because you learned it last year doesn't mean you can't use it this year too. Now, my standard is to teach you distance. But remember, as we've talked before, if there's another strategy that works well for you and you know how to do it, then use it. So if you get on this EOC, it's distance formula, you can't remember it, but you remember Pythagorean theorem, draw a graph, plot your points, count your horizontal and vertical line to create that right triangle, and do Pythagorean theorem. That's not a problem. If you did Pythagorean theorem, I'm just going to show you how you get the same answer. That would be 5 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. That's going to be 25 plus 16. That's going to be 41 equals c squared. I'm going to take the square root, and the square root of 41 is about 6.4. Now remember, this technically is plus or minus, but for our purposes, the only solution that would work would be the positive one because you can't have a negative distance. So mathematically, the answer for C is plus or minus because you took the square root. We talked about that when we solved quadratics a few weeks ago. So the answer is 6.4 if we use Pythagorean theorem. Now I want to show you using distance how we're going to get the same thing. So first we got to calculate this point. 1, 2, 3, up 1. So this point is 3, 1. 1, negative 2, 1, 2, 3, negative 2, negative 3. That's our point. Whoops. So now I'm going to use the distance formula. D equals the square root. And you can make either one that you want, x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Just be consistent. I'll use this as my first one because it's right here. I'll use this as my second one because it's up there. It doesn't matter. You could have made that x1, y1, x2, y2. It doesn't matter. So negative 2 minus 3.